much is this habit costing me?
These, like $700.
$100. Ain't no way.
Hey guys, today we're talking Love is Blind episodes 7 through 9.
Boring. Holy crap. This is like the most boring season ever. Like,
because they're all in love and they're happy.
Yeah. Well, everyone always bitches that they don't choose the right people. Now, do they got the right people and it's boring?
Maybe not. Well, I don't know if they got the right people or not. We can talk about that. But, yeah, I mean, they are all lovey-dovey right now. And, yeah, I mean, there's no drama, so...
We want the drama.
People want
a little bit dramatic is all I'm saying.
I mean, the drama that is in there right now is, I think one of the guys involved in this said it best, is like high school shit, right? So,
well, let's get through the first initial drama with Taylor. You know, she's like, you stalking me online?
Oh, yeah.
And then they give her her phone.
Yeah.
And that came out to be a big nothing burger.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, but did you notice she's like looking through all the people that unfriended her, and then she just scrolling and scrolling, and I'm like, good God! And she finally said it. She's like, damn, I lost a lot of people. I was like, yeah, you did.
I would be like, this is a problem in itself that you have all these people on here.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't realize it was an unfriend situation that she was looking through. Yeah. I was confused. I don't use Instagram that much. So.
Yeah, she said she can see who unfriended her or whatever. So that's what she was going through.
Unfollowed her or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But now he was really cool about it.
Yeah,
should he have been like, I'm telling you this, and trust goes both ways?
No, I like the way I like the way he handled it.
Can't do that to a woman, Josh.
What he said.
Can't do that to a woman, man.
I mean,
trust doesn't go both ways, apparently.
No, I think he handled it well. I think he handled it well. Especially because he wasn't incredibly positive that he didn't.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Yeah. and maybe she just like, and maybe he did, and she was just scrolling through so much, she's like, fuck it, whatever. I
got too many fans that love and hate me.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he was sitting there.
He was probably like, woo!
Maybe he was sitting there the whole time trying to come up with a plan of what to say when his name did pop up.
I think he was. Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, so that obviously ain't. I mean, they continue on, but there's a wedge there that they got to get on a little bit.
Like, these two are never, like, through this whole time, they're never really super lovey-dovey like some of the other couples are. You know, I mean, they're, like, holding hands and pecking here and there, but there's
they say that they are.
Yeah, but we don't see any real intimacy between these two.
He's on eggshells in the beginning,
definitely.
So.
Yeah, but I think that goes away pretty quick. I actually think they're one of the stronger couples at this point.
Maybe.
So,
so you know, and if we're talking about couples, right, what I will say about these two, like, the family visits went very well. Like, his family is super wholesome, just great family. Her family was too. I mean, her mom was a little more, harder against it and stuff, but for the most part, man, they both had really good families. I was like, damn, their parents have been married for like her parents have been married for like how many years? Like 40-something years, 50 years?
50 years.
50 years, yeah. And his parents have been married for like 34 years. I was like, damn, that's, you don't see that too often anymore.
They're getting there.
Yeah. He's like, we're catching up.
What I did like about them, though, is they brought both families together, which was kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that her parents agreed to, let's have his parents come over and we'll all chat was, a really good sign, I think.
So what do you think of this couple in the end here?
I like them. I don't necessarily think they're going to stay together. I'm not sure. I mean, they both talk like they're going to, but I'm not seeing it, right? You're just not seeing the kind of affection that you would expect out of a couple. The passion, exactly. No, there you go.
I'm all for them. I think they last.
Yeah. And I like them. I hope they last, but you don't see that passion. That's the best word for it.
And I think, like, the way he handled that and the way he's treating the whole thing is a good sign.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He has patience.
Yeah, definitely.
She has said that she spirals, and he's like, "Well, I'm here to ground you when you need it." So
they got to at least make it to Christmas for the photo.
That's
they got to at least make one, right? At least one Christmas together.
Let's move on to Devin and Virginia. She's checking out his tats and asking him some questions because he has some cartoon stuff. She's like, "Are you into cartoons?"
And he's like,
"Not a big fan of that circle smiley face behind his knee. That's kind of an odd one."
Then he's like, No. That's from when I was a kid, That's all my kids stuff. It's
you
like,
felt so passionate to get a tattoo,
you're watching some cartoons, man. If you're getting all these tattoos about it, you watch some damn cartoons.
And she's going to come into the room. He's going to quickly turn the chair. I was watching sports.
Yeah.
the cartoons are the new porn for their relationship.
He's like, and one in the video game question too.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, "Oh, you play video games?" She's like, "No, you play video games." He's like, "Oh, no, I don't do that."
Yeah, no, that's child stuff. Like I told you about the cartoons.
He got his phone back. He texts us and he's like, "Take the Xbox out, take the
Right.
PlayStation out.
Right,
Do
get this
not
shit out
leave
of
it
my
in my
house."
place."
I would like to kind of see how that played out if he did do that, because she looked like she was being kind of judgy.
Oh yeah, a little bit, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess there's a fine line in video gaming and in adult relationships, right? Like if you can do it on your own free a little bit every now and then, but if you do it too much, man, and the other person ain't into it, they just ain't gonna fly.
Oh, if women don't like video games, it can be a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, but also in the long term, once you've been together with somebody for a long period of time, the video games is almost like babysitting your partner, and it's great.
There you go.
Everyone's got their thing,
Keeps
right?
them busy. You don't have to worry about
while
it.
you're off doing your thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I like these two. I thought they get along pretty good.
I thought the
Very
family-
mature, well put
She
together.
grew on me over these 3 episodes. Like I there was something about her in the first 6 that I didn't think she was that genuine. I thought she was maybe just being a yes person and just wanted to be in a relationship and just go through this process. But I feel like she's a lot more mature than I gave her credit for to begin with.
She got a nice townhouse.
Yeah, no, she does. Yeah, well, and the family visit went well. His family was very, very cool family. You know, everything they.
Now
seemed
the
real
prenup
simple.
stuff, though.
Oh, no,
Well, and that's what impressed me about her. The way she approached the conversation, the fact that she's having the conversation, and it makes sense. I feel like it shocks me on this show that people, and like she said, she's like, I don't know why people don't do this more often.
I actually think for this setup, when you hardly know a person, you're going to get married,
Absolutely.
it's pretty smart. But you could see everyone's face when that word comes
I
up that they're
know.
shocked by it, and
Well,
it's a turnoff.
Well, here's the other thing that kind of got to her too was that shoe collection. That cat, man, his damn shoe collection. I mean, how many tens of thousands of dollars worth of shoes he's had there, man? I was like, damn.
Well, and they talk
And
about
he's like, how much you got? She was like, how much for them? He's like, like 6 or 7. She's like, hell no. He's like, we ain't been doing that.
they do talk about finances, but they don't tell us like the disparity in their income and how much they have. But when he's talking about the shoes, she's like, how much are those going to cost me? Like, it's almost as if like she's accepted the fact that she probably makes more money than him. And
She
Maybe.
probably does,
Probably
but
does, yeah.
he says, I have stuff for a house, I have stuff for
Right.
vacation.
Right.
So he seems pretty
Yeah.
well put together.
He
He
does,
says he's
he
been saving his money,
And
but
if
anyway, yeah.
Shoes aren't that pricey. If he's just buying one shoe a month, that's a pretty low level hobby.
Well, at first he's like, yeah, one pair.
$700 a month is like
But I
is
think
more than utility.
I think that's
yeah, no
probably
kidding.
his
Yeah.
most expensive pair that he showed off.
Right,
Yeah.
probably. But, you know, and then he's like, well, maybe sometimes like 1 or 2 pair a month, or you know,
He's like,
pair a
every
month.
couple months,
maybe like
but 2 a
maybe
month.
it might about like 4 or 5 pair 1 month. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That looks like a pretty expensive shoe habit right there. So.
And one of the things is many that were there. It's like, bro, you've got like 100 pairs of shoes there. Like, how many damn years? And they all look in spick and span, like spotless condition. So, like, dude, how long you been collecting these damn things if you're only buying a pair a month? You know?
Does he even wear them? Does he like clean them up
I
after
don't-
each wear?
Oh, you
I don't know
guarantee he
that-
probably does.
I don't know that you do wear them when you collect them like that, do you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe like
to, like, an
once
event or
every like
something?
quarter or something, and then you clean them, like I said.
Right,
but
yeah.
I don't know. But whatever.
I wear my shoes till
Everybody's
they
got their
die.
hobby, man. His hobby is shoe collection.
But I actually think these two are going to work out in the end.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm thinking they are too as of right now. As of right now, yeah. I mean, and the funny thing is, you know, we've seen a little bit of drama in the preview with maybe these two, but you know,
That's that is editing.
Yeah,
I called it.
Yeah.
exactly.
She's like, I printed out the prenup, and then he gets up. Like, he probably just got up to get a drink of water.
or is after he signed it and he's getting up after, right?
Now we see Brittany go back, and they have to like probably close that out. So he has to go out and talk
Yeah.
to her, and they probably
Yeah. Well, and evidently her and Mo, so I was reading her and Mo evidently actually got engaged on the show and they
Yes.
didn't show it. So,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mo
which
did.
is another so another cast member, yeah. So they were engaged and everything, but apparently the whole thing about that was a race issue. So they were both black, but he had never dated a black woman, and then that became an issue apparently.
Well, I mean, it's probably good they didn't showcase that because,
Yeah.
I don't know if we want that kind of drama, but
Well, there was no drama this time. Right? So, I mean,
maybe the show needed it.
I mean, if you've noticed, I mean, we're talking about each couple here, and not once have we mentioned vacations because nothing happened on the vacations, right? It was just
Yeah,
like
the vacation
nothing,
was
man.
really
But it
mellow.
wasn't Mexico; it was Honduras.
It was Honduras,
guys.
yeah.
Like,
They did change that up. It, was
But it might as well have been Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically.
it's the other Mexico.
But Yeah, I mean, they met up and everyone was like cordial and, you know, nothing even there.
That, you know, you always expect drama, at least during that meeting, and there was none. Everybody's like, oh shit.
Well,
you know, I would
There's
expect all
always
these couples
someone
to
that's
get
like,
together.
I'm attracted to this person. Maybe I chose
Well,
poorly.
they weren't. There weren't any triangles. I think there
there
usually in the season there's somebody that's like, well, I chose this person so that it's like the other person that was
Yeah.
their option.
I mean-
and on this vacation, none of them were each other's options.
I mean, you did have Dave going around just blowing out asking everybody, hey man, y'all having sex yet?
You having sex?
Having
You having
sex?
sex?
Yeah, he was. We'll get to him, but
Yeah. Okay, we'll get. I'll wait.
But, you know,
I got things to say.
and even that, I think we had more couples this time around that didn't have sex off the bat than we typically do, right? I think only 2 couples potentially had sex. The rest of them hadn't yet. And I was like, you know, during the whole trip. So I was like, wow.
yeah. Well, he wanted to be part of the other.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did, no doubt.
But Joey and Monica, I really like these two.
Oh, dude, yeah, I love Joey and Monica, man. They're both just so carefree, and they just enjoy. They just like you
They're
tell
just
they,
having
they
fun.
have fun together. Exactly, man. They just enjoy each other's time together. They're carefree, and Monica's like, oh yeah, we're getting down. You know?
And they hit it like from Jump Street, you
yeah.
know?
But the funny thing
even
is-
as soon as they saw each other.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing in these two too, though. Monica's like, yeah, we're getting down, but you know, every time we see them together, it's not like passionate. They're just having a great time, laughing and having fun. So we haven't seen them
Right.
like all over each other.
Yeah.
you know. So,
And we've
but
seen
Joey-
another couple from UK that got along great, and we never saw them fight, and then it was curtains
That's
for
true.
them.
Now, Joey did say he's not a big PDA person, so that could be part of it too. Why we're not seeing
This
it right
one, I see it. I get the friend vibe. I don't get a romantic vibe from it, and I also think that Joey is very turned off by a lot of her habits.
Well,
In a
I think
romantic
he's
way.
dealing
Well,
with it. He supposedly has some ADHD issues and
OCD.
or OCD.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty good with it, but you know, over time, maybe that stuff will fester.
She threw them clean clothes on the floor. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
And then she's like, "Did that bother you?" He's like, "No." Like, and that's
Yeah,
what
maybe a
worries
little.
me about him is that he's dismissing what I think is really bothering
Which
him.
is kind of normal, I
then
guess.
the
when you
sock
meet
bin.
somebody.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna bubble up.
Yeah, and then the sock bin. He wasn't digging the sock bin, which I don't blame him. I didn't get that either. I was like, "What the hell?" And he was like, "Is this a real thing?" And they get to her house, and sure as shit, man, the family's got this giant sock bin, and they all just pick out a pair of socks.
Everyone in the family.
Yeah, everyone in the family.
I
yeah.
did like her analogy though, because he was like kind of sickened by it. She's like, "Do you have your own fork?" And it's like, "No, you don't." So what's the difference here? But
He's like, "Yeah," but he's like, "I ain't putting my feet on my fork though." You know, he's like, "Feet are dirty."
yeah,
did
you're
like-
only doing worse.
I also liked his response where he's like, "Have you ever met anyone that does the same thing?" No.
I think like a husband and wife, you don't want to buy a million different
Yeah.
socks. So maybe, especially if
can
they're like
see that.
sports socks or something. But
Yeah.
like
Right, so like workout socks.
the whole
something like that.
family, that's another level.
It's
yeah.
a family bin. It's
Well, it's funny, man. The freaking the boyfriend, right? The her sister's boyfriend was like, I guess he tried dating her first.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was
"Ah,
odd.
yeah, you're probably a better fit for my sister. But then,
that was awkward.
yeah, that was very awkward. But then that dude, you know who that dude reminds me of? He reminds me of the freaking bearded guy in Bloodsport, like the best friend in Bloodsport. And then he also played in Revenge of the Nerds. Remember that guy?
Has anyone ever seen
That's who-
Bloodsport?
oh, I'm sure plenty of people
Heard of
have
it?
Blood-
I don't know who
No.
you're
Oh, yeah,
talking
he reminded me of
about.
Ogre. Dude,
Okay, I
his
do know
face
Ogre.
reminded me of Ogre. Yeah, like the sister's boyfriend, his face reminded me of Ogre's
Now the fam jam was a little odd too.
face. Yeah.
I mean,
So here's what that reminded me of. You know, back in the day when I used to teach toddlers in church, in Sunday school, and we would do that with the toddlers, right? We'd bust out all the freaking instruments, give the toddlers their instrument, and then I'll be playing.
Seems cultish.
So that's what it
Like,
reminded
it
me of.
seems like something a cult would do. I don't know.
I would be like, I would
It was
probably
weird,
do
but
it
it was
because
just
I'm
kinda
like, let me get into this a little bit. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is weird.
But luckily for them, he's a kind of a quirky guy too. So he was like,
Yeah.
sure, whatever, and he was
He
digging it,
enjoys
right?
the little quirky
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
For now.
So yeah.
But yeah, the sister's boyfriend, that whole like they were joking about how like I guess he made the joke that this is the long game. He was really still going for her, and everybody was just making these jokes about it. And the sister's like,
Yeah.
"This ain't funny." She was not.
Well, he did
having
have
it.
a pretty good response to a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
so.
he did, yeah. Well, and then he's and then of course the sister pulls she pulled her sister outside. She's like, I just don't know if he's right for you. Yeah, I should be getting married first. Blah blah blah. It's
Yeah, that was
flat
rough.
out
I should
straight
be
up
getting
just-
married first.
It is just straight out bitchy jealousy, man. It's like I mean that's what it struck me as. I was like, dude, just be happy for your sister, man. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I
Yeah,
don't-
she
I don't
said
get the
he
whole-
thinks he's like an actor, maybe,
Yeah,
or something.
right.
She's getting actor vibes from him.
Yeah, it's like get out of here, dude. And, it just that killed me. I was like, are you kidding me, man? You can't just be happy for your little sister.
I
'cause
don't.
she's
I don't
found
get
somebody.
the whole like the younger or older sibling has to get married
No, I don't
first.
either.
That doesn't make sense.
Now, I
That was- that
did
was a
like
dumb
how
argument.
he kind of turned it around and said, has she ever liked anyone you've introduced her to? And she's like, no, I don't think so.
Well, and I like when he brought up the jealousy thing too. She wasn't like, oh, how dare you? She was like, yeah, it probably is a little jealousy. So she was like, even admitting it. So she was, she was kind of agreeing with him on a lot of stuff. So I appreciated that.
Single white female like vibes, but from the sister.
Now watching this back, I'm sure her sister's not gonna be too happy.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just what we were shown.
No, I'm saying
it's all editing, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm saying her sister's gonna be pissed watching her say, "Yeah, I could probably be jealousy."
Yeah, maybe.
So
you think they work out, but you not so much?
I don't. I think they're gonna end up just being friends. I don't think they get married.
I hope they work out. I hope everything works out for them. But again, we never really saw that passion with them. We just saw all the fun and stuff. But evidently, the passion is happening because she was like, "Yeah, we get down." So I don't know. I think they've got a shot.
I think so as well. And I hope they do, because they're a lot of fun. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Sara and Ben.
So, yeah, these two.
He's saying all the right things.
Yeah, he is. But
like if I didn't hear all the internet drama and the lore that's come out about him and his past, I would say he's a good guy. But that makes me worried.
Yeah, well, because you do think he is up until that last episode, man, when all of a sudden this stuff comes out and she finds this girl on TikTok that's talking about him and it's like, oh shit, maybe all this stuff that people are saying on the internet are true right now.
Well, is he just a really good liar? Because the way he handled that, I would have believed everything he said. But again, we've always in all these.
Well,
shows,
he said, "I don't remember some things,"
exactly.
which is obviously not what she wanted to hear.
That was kind of his cop out there, right?
Right.
It was
Yeah,
like 4 years ago. I don't remember.
I told you I didn't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I also think she was being a little. If he's literally saying, "Look, I never hooked up with her. It was someone like we matched on Hinge. We went out 1 or 2 times.
I ghosted her,
and it was 4 years ago. And then I just stopped talking to her. Like." That wasn't it was insignificant to him, but clearly it was significant to this other person.
But what's the accusation really here on this very specific incident?
I don't know.
They didn't really.
They don't get into it. Yeah, they don't really get into it.
I'm like, what are you accusing me of? First off,
yeah, exactly.
That's true. He never did ask for that clarification. Well, I guess he saw the videos.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe they're talking around it because they don't want to bring it up. I don't know, but I would be very specific. Like, what are you accusing me of directly here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then because I would if I'm accusing of like sexual assault, I would remember that, right? So I'm going to be very clear that didn't happen.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if
I guess
that out there?
No, I don't know.
I guess we'll find out more as in the next.
But if it's
episode,
like, hey, you just did this dirty girl dirty, and she's crying about, it, I'm like,
okay, that was 4 years ago, right? So
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I'm over it.
right. So I'm sorry for her, but I'm good. I've got you. We're good.
And I don't really. I mean, I get why they're questioning because they haven't known each other very long.
Right.
But
of course.
you do have to have trust in the person you're going to marry. Now, I would say, like, I trust you, but if I find out some shit's wrong, and she kind of does say that,
she says that.
then it's messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
But then she says, okay, I'm going to believe what you're saying, but I'm not going to dismiss this person's video. I'm like, well, that's kind of contradictory in a sense.
That's why I think you got to be very clear what we're talking about. Because you don't want to give cop-outs and be like, I never said that, right? You can be like, what are we exactly talking about here?
But I mean, other than that, like, they met with her friends. That seemed to go fine and everything. So, I mean, other than that, last little thing there at the end, is everything seemed to be going great between those two. Now, how this is going to turn out, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the editing, like, of the whole, her social stance and all that stuff, because that hasn't really come up.
No, I mean,
like,
it came up in the meeting with the friends, but other than that,
I think it was more of his religion that came up, or his Christianity, his faith. Sorry, he doesn't like the term religion. Right. Yeah, that seems to be more of a topic between the two of them than the other thing. Yeah, which in editing, it sounded like that was going to be the other way around.
In the long run, I think they're not going to last, and I think that's going to be part of the reason why. I just don't, I think if he truly is going to church every Sunday and he's got a strong faith and all that, and she's strong in her beliefs, and those beliefs don't end up matching up, I think that's going to cause a huge problem.
Yeah, I don't know if they've established, like, they got the same core values. Here.
Right, exactly.
They said they did.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, they literally said that.
Yeah, but
I'm not seeing it.
No, and he's just being a yes man at this point, right? Because he's all in the giddy, lovey portion of it and stuff. But, at the end of the day, when freaking rubber hits the road, we'll see if he's actually, follows through on all that.
He keeps talking about how hot she is, or, like, he's obsessed with how she looks.
Well, that's important, and she does look good. So
he really locked out.
Well, and that's a funny thing too. The friend said that she's like, "Is love really blind? Because you're both freaking hot." So like, if you both
so I mean, true.
Yeah. So that was a good comment, right? Because seriously, like if one of them didn't like the other one's looks, how blind would it be? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think everyone on the show looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, they do.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Maybe they need to drag this out and not have 10 days in the pod. They got to be in a relationship for a year before they see each other. Let's really get in love. They should get married sight unseen, just like married. I guess
that's a whole nother show.
Yeah, but they didn't know each other. They don't know each other. This expert.
No, that's true. They don't.
Yeah.
So Lauren and David, and I'll tell you this: like Lauren is probably like one of my favorite females on the show so far.
So far, now here's the thing, though, man. And, and David said it right. Like this is all high school drama, but at the same time,
he's in it. He's the one bringing it up.
He's the one. Yeah, he's the one. He's
deep in it.
He's the one dragging it out. But at the same time, it is kind of weird. It's like, dude, you were having a freaking 2-month friends with benefits literally right before you came on this show. You were still friends with benefits with this guy.
I don't care.
So it's like
I wouldn't care.
It's kind of like, why are you all of a sudden like you got a 2-month friends with benefits theme, and all of a sudden, yep, now I'm ready to get married. So I get what he's saying. I understand that,
know, but I don't think they know that they're going to be selected for the show. Like they can't put their lives. There's like she says, this is like it was like a 10-15 month process to be interviews of getting selected for the show, and people were getting cut. You know what I mean? Like when they narrow it down. So like, what, you're just not supposed to date? You're not supposed to have intercourse? You're not supposed to do any of those things?
I would hope 2 months prior from the show. At that point, you already know, I got picked, I'm going on the show. I mean, if they're waiting like weeks before letting you know, that's kind of jacked up because people have lives. They've got to say, hey, work, I've got to take off a couple months because I've got X, Y, and Z. They've got to let you know
she probably
relatively
found out
ahead of time.
She probably found out 2 months and then she cut it off. Who knows?
But I mean, either way,
it's worth a conversation.
It is worth a conversation, exactly. I mean,
how many conversations?
I get his point. Well, at the end of the day, here's where he's screwing up because she's like, "Look, I'm willing to meet your friends and confront them about this and talk about this," and he's like, "Eh." It's like, bro, if you're so freaking crazy about this, then let her meet your friends and talk about it. I don't see what the big deal is.
Because he doesn't want to be in this relationship. He's trying to use this to get out.
I don't trust him exactly.
I don't either.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, she's going through. He's putting her through a lot for sure.
And apparently, this guy lives in the building that they moved into. So let's just go talk to the guy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, exactly.
But I guess that's what she's saying is like, this guy is probably just trying to get on TV and like.
And that's her friend.
I can believe that. I can believe it.
Oh, of course, because her friend said the same thing, right? So.
Well, and that's the thing. She's like, I feel bad for her because she's like, what else do you want me to say or do? She feels completely helpless. She's like, this is the situation. I'm telling you everything. And he's like, well, they're all telling me something different. And she's like,
well, let me talk to them.
I'm the one who lived it. Like, I'm the one who actually did it or didn't do it. Like,
and he's like, how do I know? I'm like, well, she knows. Right. It's not like a big mystery.
Exactly. And again,
either she knows and she's being honest or she's lying to you.
And she's never wavered in like how she's told the story and how it played out.
I think as it progressed, we got more information about it. But she probably told him from the get go. Us as viewers got more information like as it progressed, right? But
it's never turned into something more. It's never like, okay, well there was that,
right,
or
exactly.
It's always this is how it is, and, and then he brings it up. Thing. Yeah. It's like beating a dead horse. Like you either believe it, and that's kind of the thing.
It's you either believe it and you're willing to be okay with it. You're like, fine, yeah, she was just sleeping with a dude a month ago. Now she's gonna be sleeping with me, and I'm cool with that.
2 months ago,
or you're not cool. Well, no. The relationship was for 2 months. The last time she saw him was like a week or two before the show, right? So it's only been about a month since she slept with this guy. So either you just gotta either you are okay with that or you're not. Period. So either tell her, yep, I'm cool with it, let's move forward, or nope, I'm not cool with that, I can't handle it.
I also got to say, I don't believe that he didn't have sex a month before the show. He just probably wasn't. It was probably like a one night stand.
Well, no, he did say it had been a while since he had sex.
Yeah, I don't believe
he was talking to people. So, but who knows?
I don't believe him.
That's why he's all horned up because he hadn't had it.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's the other thing. I think he has a big problem, right? Is like they haven't had sex yet. He's like, and he's mentioned it. He's like, I'm sitting here laying next to you, and thinking this guy was doing that, and she keeps saying, I never slept with him. Like I never slept overnight with him.
If she gave it up like so quick to like a friend,
it was just a benefit.
I'm your fiance.
Yeah. But
I mean, he might have a point there.
He's thinking like you had sex with this guy a month ago, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, or whatever, and you're still not sleeping with me, and I'm supposed to marry you. I think he's jealous.
Maybe.
Well, I think.
But they need to talk that out.
I don't think it's on her at this point. I think it's on him. I think he would have just been like, if he'd stop dragging this out, she'd probably sleep with him. Like, okay, cool, we're
Well,
good.
she seems to really be into him, and
Yeah,
she
exactly.
seems like, hey, I'm trying to make this work. This is kind of like
He's
a man
not
with a
trying
dream.
to make it work.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not getting
I don't
it.
know why he's not
He's
just ending it.
self-sabotaging.
Yeah, he totally is. Yeah, I mean, these two probably are not going to work,
No.
and it's because of him for sure.
He wants out. I don't know why he just doesn't get out.
Yeah, all he's got to say is, "Look, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with you slept with the dude a month ago, so
Yeah.
I just can't deal with it." You know, period.
he's-
And fine, whatever. You know, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
And he's torturing her for it.
Exactly.
Like, just
Yeah.
you're not going to be okay with it. And I don't actually think he's not okay with it. I think he's using it as an excuse to get out.
Do you think the show puts pressure on them to not let him walk away that easily?
I'm sure they probably do, but
Maybe
I don't know.
not.
They're like, this sounds like a great case. We got no drama. You got to turn it down to all.
They're probably like, you got to make it to where everybody goes to the bar so you can meet Molly. Like, we got to get that far.
Oh,
then you can
that
walk
was annoying
away.
because as he's talking to her, he's like, I've been thinking about Molly. Though.
Yeah.
And I'm
dude.
like,
Yeah, and she's like, "Really? You're thinking?" And he was like, "Well, how are you gonna feel when we meet Molly?" And she's like, "Well, how are you gonna feel?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it."
and you're like, what?
And she didn't
I was like, "Dude, what?"
I mean, she had her sunglasses on, but
Yeah.
you could kind of the angle of the camera.
Oh,
You
you
could see
could
her
tell she was
eyes. She was
pissed.
like,
She was like, "What kind of bullshit?"
Yeah, that was
Right.
messed
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Like you're here on like our like
honeymoon date
kind of
kinda thing.
honeymoon thing, and you're talking about Molly.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
That
that's
was
not
really
good.
weird, man. No.
No, this guy wants out, and he's trying to find a reason to get out, and I don't know why he's dragging it out. If it's a production thing, if it's just getting on camera longer, he's not in it.
It could be. I mean, she was trying to talk to him, and he like over talked her and made it about himself. So maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I'm with you on Lauren. I like Lauren a lot. I think she's cool as hell, and
I like
She's
her.
way too patient with him.
Beasley.
It just
Pam
sucks.
Beasley.
It just sucks that she's putting him through this crap, right?
Yeah.
Or he's putting her through this crap. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think overall so far?
well, you know, like I said, it was pretty mellow for the most part, except that little bit of drama with those two. You know, the little
Yeah.
bit we saw with Ben at the end, and then the sister. You know, but I mean, I think overall it's I think. I don't know, man. I'm trying to really sort who I really think is going to work here.
We
Like you
haven't
said,
even seen much issues of them living together, like having
No, exactly.
problems with any
Well,
of them.
exactly.
Right?
Excuse me. That's my problem with Dave and Lauren. And then she's like, this is such a roadblock in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken up so much time and energy in their relationship that they can't get to anything else.
Right, exactly.
So let's just say he does today say, okay, I'm over it. I'm not worried about it. Let's continue on our relationship. Now they only have 2 weeks to actually like explore other aspects of
Well,
their relationship of living together.
See, and that's the funny thing too. When they're having that conversation, he's like, "Look, I'm not ready to let this go yet. You know, I don't want to lose.
I'd like to hold on to
I
it
don't want.
just
I
a little
don't.
longer.
I don't want to lose this yet." But then she's like, "Okay, well, what's the deal then? Are you like hanging out with me tonight? Or are you leaving?" He's like, "No, I just can't." I'm like, "What? Are you ready?" I'm like, "Dude, you don't even make sense." You know, it's like, I was like, "What the hell is this guy?"
Which is telling me he's lying. He's
Oh, yeah,
lying to
yeah.
her. He's lying to himself. I don't know what he's out. He's out.
Yeah,
That relationship is already over. Unfortunately, he's stringing her along and she's falling.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I'm pretty damn positive that one is not going to work. Right?
Yeah.
So the rest of them is still kind of on the fence about for the most part, but that one for sure, I'm like, no, there's no way in hell.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. So,
I think a lot of people will be. We'll find out. But
But hey, but we have been seeing a lot more stuff on the internet, and you guys, I know, have been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet. We've seen the Facebook page, people
Yeah.
talking about all the craziness going on. So please talk to us in that chat, right? If some of you guys are on that Facebook page and you've been watching this stuff and keeping up, we missed something, please tell us about it. We love to chat with you guys about this stuff. And as always, hit that like and subscribe, and we will check you guys next week at the next review.